Today we're going to be catching fish on 5 different lures, starting with one of the smallest lures I can find and working our way up to an absolute giant lure at the end of this video. Now, you can catch some absolute giant fish on tiny lures, but as the lures get bigger, will the fish? Drop your guys' thoughts down below. And to start off with the smallest lure on this list, we're going to a very special place. I'll see you guys there. We're going to be starting off with the smallest lure we're going to be throwing in this entire video, and it is absolutely tiny. Check it out. That is a size 22 copper john, and it is one of the smallest flies you can possibly get. It's hard to believe that any fish is able to actually see something this small, but you guys are in for a treat because these fish, they're not your everyday trout out here on the river. They can get absolutely giant. I mean, here are some that I've caught before. There are a ton of really big fish that call this river home, and we're gonna use this tiny fly. Let's see what we can make happen. Check out all those fish. That's what we're gonna be fishing for. All right, I'm too excited. Let's get casting. All right, I'm gonna stand on this rock here. We're gonna see what we can't make happen. Now, it's a little hard to get a decent size estimate on these fish, so we just gotta catch one. I'll show you guys what we're looking at here. Oh, he just ate it. All right, we're hooked up. First fish of the night. Come on, buddy. Get in there. I can't really move him. Oh, geez. Gotta scoop his head. Nice. Perfect, dude. Let's go. First fish of the night fell victim to the smallest fly you could possibly throw. All right, beautiful trout. Let's show him off. So this is the size we're seeing. This is about average. I'd say probably pushing 17 inches. A really pretty trout. Incredible. And on the smallest lure we're gonna be throwing in this video. Let's get a release on her. See you, buddy. Our mission is accomplished, but we came out here for more than just catching one fish. We're gonna see if we can't go after a true trophy. As the night went on, the fishing got better and the fish got even bigger. Those larger fish started to push up from the deeper pockets, and it wasn't long until we were able to hook up with a true trophy. There we go. Let's go, guys. This is a freaking beast. I was not expecting to catch that thing. The kype is huge on him. Look at how pretty that one is. Just a gorgeous rainbow trout. Beautiful. Our first rainbow of the day, and it's an absolute freaking tank too. Look at those colors. That's why you come out here and night fish for these guys. Just unbelievable trout. I don't want to drop you. We're gonna get you back in. All right, buddy. There he goes. After you release him, they'll hang around here. Here he goes. Absolutely freaking incredible, guys. That's the fish that we came out here for. There are much bigger fish in here. We're gonna wet some flies for a little bit longer. And the fish came even faster than expected. After catching another absolute beautiful rainbow trout, we finally landed the biggest trout of the night. Look at the size of that beast. Oh my gosh, that's an absolute giant. That's what we came out here to catch. That is a true trophy. Wow. All right, buddy. We were able to catch fish on the tiniest of flies. Now it's time to upsize. Will the fish get bigger or will they get smaller? It's kind of crazy the size of fish you can catch on something so tiny. I'll see you guys at the next spot. Our next lure on the list, going up in size, is the rooster tail. Quite a bit bigger than the flies we were just throwing for those giant trout. Inline spinners, and these rooster tails in particular, are one of the most versatile lures that you can possibly throw. Let's get down in the river and get freaking fishing. Guys, watch this. What did I say? Did I call it or did I call it? That is a gorgeous little fish. So that right there is a beautiful rainbow trout. Stunning fish. It's not every day you're able to catch these fish this close to the city. Look, there goes a car right there. Let's get this guy back in the water. See you, buddy. Whew. All right, and there you have it. We have caught a fish on the rooster tail here, and these things flat out catch fish. Time to move on to something a little bit bigger, see if we can't get after some even bigger ones. The next morning, I woke up way too early, said hi to the bass on my wall, and hit the road. All right, guys, so moving on to the Ned rig, and we're mainly going after smallmouth bass. I have caught them on the Ned rig before. Let's get out in the water. And we're off. Starting off with the Ned rig. Hooked up. What do we got? What do we got? Smallie. Little bitty guy. All right. Booyah. Pop that sucker out. All right, well, that's our first smallmouth of the day. Little bitty guy, but a beautiful fish. Let's get a release on her. See you, buddy. There she goes. Well, that is our first fish on the Ned rig. Let's get back out there and see if we can't get another. Awesome, one fish down. He barely hit it though. He was a little shallower than I would have expected though. There we go. There's another one. He was shallower than I expected too. Look at that. He's dogging me. Come on, buddy. Come on, get up here. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's two pretty quick. Another gorgeous little guy. See you, buddy. Awesome. All right. Well, they're starting to freaking smack it a little bit. Yeah, got him. Another one. Another smallie. Let's go. This is a little bitty guy. Come here. Come here. Yep. Pop that sucker right out. Look at that. Another little smallie. See you, buddy. All right. We're catching them. It's a little slow, but we are still making it happen. We just got to keep grinding. What's up again? Let's go. That's not what we're after. Come here, buddy. Stupid trout. That's not quite what we're going after, but that's a really nice rainbow. Beautiful fish, probably, shoot, 17 and a half, 18 inches. See you, buddy. Get back down there and don't bite again. All right, guys, we caught something on the Ned rig, and that means we have to upgrade in size onto our next lure. All right, guys, we made it to our next spot here. We're fishing a completely different river. We've caught a ton of fish on some tiny flies, some small rooster tails, and now we're going to be going just a little bit bigger than what people normally think of when trout fishing. This is a jerkbait, and it is over 5.5 inches long. A tiny trout would have a hard time eating this, and frankly, I haven't caught a ton of small trout on this lure, but it does catch big fish, and I'm going to show you guys in action right here on this river. Let's get down there and get fishing. The water level is crazy high, but we're basically just going to throw this sucker across. Water level's high, man. All right, guys, we threw this jerkbait around a handful of times, and if you guys didn't watch my last video, make sure to check it out. But here are some catches on this jerkbait that I left out in the last video to prove that this thing absolutely catches them too. Oh my gosh, I just started trolling. Just started trolling with the jerkbait to get back up here to this point, and we almost instantly got smoked. Come on, what is it? Oh, it's a nice brown. It's a big brown, dude. I know. Come here. Okay, hook's out. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of this brown trout, guys. I think that's the biggest one of the day. Another solid 20-incher. Beautiful fish. Wow. Look at the colors on him. Just a gorgeous fish. Beautiful colors and taper. Just an unbelievable trout. Wow. Let's freaking go, guys. All right, let's get him back. See you, buddy. Whew. And since we caught a fish on this, we are officially upgrading in size. That's right, we're going even bigger than this. Moving on to an absolutely massive lure out at the lake. I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, we made it out to the lake where we're gonna be fishing with the largest lure that I could possibly find. Check this thing out. This right here is absolutely gigantic. And this is a 10-inch Carl's Custom Soft Plastics Trophy Chaser tube jig. Absolutely monstrous, and only a giant fish will be able to eat that. Let's get that sucker tied on, and I'll show you guys what we're working with. You guys better stay tuned, because the next video we're going to be taking one of these giant lures and chasing some pike and some lake trout. But look at the size of that thing. 4 ounces of absolute fishing perfection. I'm going to rig this sucker up and show you guys what it looks like. Check this out. So to rig this sucker up, you just turn her upside down like this, and yeah, you make it happen. Drop that sucker right down in there, all the way to the head. It's really important with these big baits, make sure you're using adequate tackle. And you guys will see here shortly that I am not at all. My only goal is to tie a knot good enough where this thing doesn't fall off when I start casting it out there. Now, all we do is we got to work that hook out. And to do that, we'll just get it lined up perfect, and you'll break it just in half like so and pop that hook out. So the hook will sit nice and flat. Fish comes along, and that should be plenty to catch that fish. Ideally, I'd want a little bit longer of a shank here to where this eyelet is a little farther forward, and this hook sits maybe just a touch backwards with a bigger offset shank, kind of like just a bigger gap, like extra wide gap. But a fish should have no problem hitting that. But this jig head in particular is designed for trolling, right? When you drop this sucker down and you start moving it, it'll be digging into the mud. As long as you're trolling it properly. But today, we're going to be jigging it, casting it from shore. All right, let's get down there. The cameraman's going to be starting off with this. I'm going to be starting off with this. We're going to see who catches more fish. This is not the rod you want to be throwing this sucker on. but we're gonna give it our best shot here. Just like that, let out my line. If there's a giant fish out there, we're gonna get bit, that's for sure. There she goes. We're gonna have to adjust our settings here. And now all I'm gonna do is like slowly, semi-quickly pop this back. And that's what we're gonna try. Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure I had a bite. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I'm pretty sure I just had a bite. Oh, careful. Thanks. I threw around that massive bait for a solid 30 minutes, but unfortunately, not having the right tackle caught up with me. My line broke, and I not only lost the entire rig, but also any hope I had on catching a giant fish. The conditions are incredibly tough. We had a couple fish actually come up and look at our lure, but no takers. Next video, we're gonna be taking that lure out, fishing a high mountain lake that has some absolute giant pike and giant lake trout. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. We caught some giant fish on tiny flies, worked our way up, caught some nice smallmouth, some nice brown trout, but we just weren't able to make it happen on this absolute behemoth of a lure. This thing is gonna be a challenge to catch a fish on, but I guarantee you guys, we'll be able to make it happen. Stay tuned and subscribe so you guys don't miss out on the next video. Until then, if you guys wanna watch another video that YouTube thinks you'll like, click over here. Until then, I hope to see you guys out in the water. Until next time, keep frickin' casting.